Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an amazing day. As always, likes, comments, multiple comments, and subscriptions are always appreciated as they help with the algorithm. And as always, a very special thank you to all the new Patreon members. I do thank thee, and everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed, because there's always a lot of really weird stuff happening in the cryptocurrency space. So I bring the extra news here to you in these videos. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. I was going to say let's move on, but let's jump right. Anyway, on Wednesday, hedge fund manager, his name is James Lavish, explains using simple math why he believes that the price of Bitcoin will eventually reach $1 million. Lavish currently works at Texas-based SEC-registered investment advisory firm Luther King Capital Management, LKCM, wow, which he joined in 2006. And where he works as COO of LKCM, Private Discipline Management LP. My goodness. According to his bio, before moving to LKCM, Lavish was a co-founder, but nobody really cares, and apparently he went to Yale. Yesterday, he tweeted, Bitcoin will eventually be worth over $1 million per coin. How? And then he shows a whole bunch of numbers, and it totals a huge amount of numbers. He went on to say, basically, at $42,000 per Bitcoin, Bitcoin's market value is $900 billion. Got it. Or 0.13% of all the global assets. As individuals and asset managers learn about and gain comfort in Bitcoin, this number grows. 2.0, he says 1% of all these assets is a $7 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. That's a $337,000 Bitcoin. 2% of just those assets is $14 trillion. That's a $667,000 Bitcoin. 3% is $21 trillion. That is a $1 million Bitcoin. He said, forget stock to flow, use case valuation models or other scenarios. This is simple. Hashtag math. And on the 18th of January, he tweeted, billions and billions of institutional dollars will be looking for a way into Bitcoin this year. And for the first time ever, you can beat them to the trade. Incredible. So you may have noticed over the last week or two, as prices have been, pricing, you know how the cryptocurrency market is, there have been more than a few very wealthy individuals who have come forward. And it happens every single time whenever there's a dip. There's always a group of people who go, hey, Bitcoin's going to $9 majillion. You better join the race. So we had a couple days ago, which I also spoke about. Now we got this guy. And what's that? Somebody else is talking about how high Bitcoin's price is going to go. That's crazy. Who would ever do that? Even as the price of Bitcoin struggles at multi-month lows, Cathie Wood's ARK Invest has made more extravagant predictions about the future value of the world's largest cryptocurrency. The American investment management firm believes that Bitcoin could grow to boast more than 26 times its current price of 38,000, give or take. Bitcoin's price is always fluctuating, to the point where a single Bitcoin will be valued at more than $1 million in a recent report. ARK Invest outlined its defense by Bitcoin hitting a value of $1.36 million per coin by 2030. According to the investment firm, by 2030, Bitcoin's market cap could be as much as $28.5 trillion. My friends, if Bitcoin in the next 8 years has hit 1 point something anything million dollars per coin, no one's going to be using the US dollar anymore. I don't know how to make that any clearer than what I actually said. Quite fascinating that we keep getting this information. Now, here's the other portion of it. We keep getting this information from people who are actually quite wealthy. Not that we should be following them because they are wealthy. It's more of a, usually, we've heard from these people before multiple times. The Cathie Woods, the Mike Novogratzes, the rich, whatever, that they're buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin all the time. We were just talking about, as Bitcoin's price dropped down to 30, 32,000, 33,000, whatever it was a couple of days ago, that not only the third largest Bitcoin whale wallet has been buying 5 consecutive months straight every single Bitcoin that's been hitting the market, but there was also the other wallet that the other day I think bought 200 and something thousand Bitcoin. So I think it's all possible. Oh my gosh, yes. Also, I forgot about that as well. 2030 is if you look at the actual Bitcoin, the thing, issuance chart. There we go. I'm like, I can see it in my head, but the word, it's the, as much Bitcoin as is being created through the actual network. By the year 2030, it's not even estimated. I think we will have already mined 99% of all the Bitcoin that there will ever be in the world. So I guess the 2030 does make a lot of sense. If these prices do indeed come true, I think we will be looking at a very different world than we are currently looking at right now. But I know it's not just me. Other people must feel that this is also the direction that it's kind of moving into. I discuss this often with my friends, the actual ramifications, if you will, of a world where Bitcoin is or one of the only few currencies that has made it into the future, and just exactly what that means for everyone else who isn't holding Bitcoin and or crypto. But the wealthiest people on the planet seem to believe that this is definitely a go. So, yeah. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, El Salvador, the Central American country that has adopted Bitcoin as legal tender, has purchased another 410 Bitcoin to its central bank as Bitcoin's value fell below 37,000, the lowest point since the 26th of July, 2020. That's a very exact date. I'm not sure why they felt the need to write that. The president on Twitter, Salvador, maybe also, I don't know, revealed the latest addition to El Salvador's Bitcoin reserve, confirming that 410 Bitcoin were purchased for $15 million, putting the average price of Bitcoin that they paid for each coin at $36,585 US. He said, nope, I was wrong, didn't miss it. El Salvador just bought 410 Bitcoin for only $15 million. Some guys are selling really cheap. I guess it does seem incredibly cheap if 36,000 and it's going to go up to $1 million every single time, like clockwork. It's really, really interesting that Bitcoin's price has dipped. We always get tons of news from El Salvador that they have purchased more Bitcoin. They also seem to be upping the game, because before, whenever they were purchasing Bitcoin, it was usually like 110 Bitcoin, 109 Bitcoin, 118 Bitcoin. 410 Bitcoin definitely is pushing them up there. I wonder how much Bitcoin they'll actually have at the end of the year, and even more so. Sorry if I'm like talking really fast. I just had really good hot chocolate, which not that you need to know. I've cut sugar out of my diet because I love sugar. However, I can feel it reacting like I literally just got finished with the hot chocolate, and I can feel it like... Anyway, the point is, we heard earlier this year that by the end of this year, there would be at least 3 more countries who would be adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. Exciting time to be in the cryptocurrency space, regardless of where the price may be today, tomorrow, or where it was just a week ago. It's fascinating to see all of this unfold, and that we are basically we are actually part of history as we're going through all of this. So yeah, I assume should in the future there be another dip in Bitcoin's price, we will definitely be hearing from the president of El Salvador that they definitely purchase more Bitcoin, because that seems to be the trend. And without further ado, let's move on. Also sure, why not? Since October, when Facebook made its metaverse reveal, droves of mega corporations have placed their stakes and carved out their place in the digital world of the metaverse, joining the ever-growing number of projects making the jump into the virtual world. Popular meme coin Shiba Inu has announced its plans to launch the Shiberse. I really wish they had called it the Shibaverse, which would have made a lot more sense, but they spelled it Shiberse, Shiberse. In 2022, After teasing its metaverse throughout the end of 2021, Shiba Inu tweeted this photo of a digital dog with a hammer in its mouth, almost said hand, standing in a forest. The Shiberse is Shiba Inu's iteration of the metaverse. According to Shiba Inu, the Shiberse, I hate saying that, will offer an immersive experience to users to have an escapade in the metaverse. That doesn't make any sense. The announcement features a Shiba Inu dog in the middle of a forest with a hammer in its teeth. Although still in the early stages, I'm sure, the Shiberse has been commended for its high graphics. What? It's just a photo. High graphics quality as an excellent start to what could be an immersive experience to remember. Listen, stop it. Every single, oh my gosh, I swear to goodness, if 2022, oh my gosh, I can feel it. 2022 is going to be the year of every single coin having their own metaverse. I'm telling you, I can feel it right now. If by July we get news that Ripple is working on a metaverse with little XRP tokens jumping around and like greeting you as you enter it, I just can't take anymore. Do we need a Shibaverse? No. Are people definitely gonna live a portion of their lives in that? Absolutely. If there's tons of little cute little robot dogs running around, people are gonna be inside of this place. Will it look like what's on the screen? I'm not really sure. If you've looked at a lot of other metaverses, I'm sorry for screaming and talking really fast. If you've looked at a lot of other metaverses that are currently out there, a lot of them don't look too good. Some of them actually look pretty good, but the majority of them don't look too hot. So, as it stands right now, sometime this year, Shiba Inu is going to have not only their own decentralized exchange, their liquidity pools. What else do they have? Tokens, something else. But they're also going to have their own Shiberse. Please call it Shibaverse. Like that's it's so much catchier because Shiberse sounds like an ailment almost. Like, oh gosh, guys, I have Shiberse now. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Anyway, that's the Shiba Inu universe news. What? And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, Twitter announced on Thursday that certain users of the platform will be able to import their NFTs from their crypto wallets and post them as their profile pictures on the popular social media service. For now, the service is only available to those who sign up for the Labs feature via the company's Twitter Blue subscription service. Twitter is also limiting the release to iOS users, but says Android and web users will be able to see when a user changes their profile pic to an NFT. They're explaining what an NFT is. Anyway, once authenticated, the NFT will be displayed as a soft hexagon across all surfaces where your avatar is visible. When people tap on it, they can learn more about the art, its collection, provenance, and more. That I actually like. That's actually a really good feature. Most people forget about the provenance aspect of actually having art, said Twitter in describing the feature, which makes use of leading NFT marketplace OpenSea's API. So this was talked about a couple of months ago. Like this was actually in the pipeline, the pipe work for quite some time. I guess it's now been released. I guess this is the actual soft edges that they were describing. Is this necessary? No. Are people going to use it? You bet your gosh darn rear end. Because what's going to end up happening is, as many other celebrities have, head first into the cryptocurrency and the NFT space. A lot of these NFTs are really valuable, will continue to maintain their value. This is why I shouldn't have sugar. It's very, very weird. For those, anyway, doesn't matter. Yes, the point being, these are now like, what do you call them? Not social symbols, status symbols for a lot of these celebrities. And like they're buying up all these NFTs as a way to show other people, hey, look at what I have and basically what you don't have. That's kind of the mantra if you've been in the NFT space. So now Twitter is going to actually allow people to verify that they have said NFT. Sure, why not? It's the year 2022. And I say this all the time. The future is not exactly what I thought it was going to be, but this seems pretty futuristic. So I guess I can, accept it because it's kind of, logical as to where we would go. I don't know. I feel like making my profile into an NFT that I own without actually having the little hexagon thing, because I know that I own it. I don't care if anybody else doesn't know that I own it. Anyway, that's the Twitter NFT profile hexagon with a soft edges news. I wonder why they chose soft edges. And without further ado, let's move on. Sugar is really bad for me. It's so crazy. Yeah. Also in the news over the course of this week, I didn't even have to read through this one. Really weird things making the news. So if you've ever seen a documentary, something on YouTube where people are mining Bitcoin, they have those gigantic mining rigs and they have tens of thousands of machines inside of those, like the back of the truck or warehouses and stuff like that. So normally what happens is that, let's say you have a computer at home, one, and you are trying to mine Bitcoin. You competing against someone else with 100,000 computers, you're going to have a very hard time actually trying to mine any kind of Bitcoin. For some reason, this is the fourth time that this has happened. I'm showing you this just to kind of give you a general idea of everything that's been taking place. For some reason, there's a lot of news that keeps popping up, like that people who have like one mining machine or maybe 5 in their house, like they don't have a big operation, they keep winning the actual reward. So what happens is you have all these computers running in the background to solve these equations. Whoever solves the equation, they end up getting the Bitcoin reward as the network is actually creating them. The idea, once again, being they have a higher chance of getting it if they have 100,000 machines and you have one. 2 weeks ago, there was someone who was mining Ethereum. They won the block reward and they ended up getting like $38,000 worth of Ether. And people were like, wow, Ether, crazy. And then it happened for Bitcoin. Someone got like a $47,000 reward, which are also like extremely rare. Like these aren't normal numbers to actually have people, like normally if the transactions are going on, because once again, you're battling against millions of other computers on the planet, it usually like people win the calculations, but it gets fractionalized across the network. So someone may get 0.01 of a Bitcoin, 0.14 of a Bitcoin. This is kind of how it works. But these people, for some reason, over the last couple of days are getting like 8 Ethereum at once, 4 Bitcoin at one time. And so it's quite fantastic. I was going to say sensational, but that's not what I was looking for, that anyone is able to actually get any kind of rewards using an old computer. That is not me telling you to go out and buy an old computer, by the way, because you will be sorely disappointed. But yeah, this keeps happening over and over. If it happens again, I'll bring it to you just to kind of show you the trend keeps on happening. It's very weird. Like mathematically, it should not happen. There was another article a couple of weeks ago when I was reading through it. They were discussing like the actual likelihood of this happening. It's like 1 in like 38 million or something like that to happen. So the fact that it keeps happening over and over, whoever has these mini mining rigs, I like to at least myself think that it's someone in Africa or Latin America who's like, hey, I found this old machine, let me try and use it. And you know, $215,000 is a life changer to anyone. I don't care if you are in Canada, North America, if you are in Europe, 215,000 buys you a lot. So I always like to imagine that it's someone else who actually needs the money, who actually ended up mining these things. But you know, my head is usually in the clouds. Anyway, yeah, kind of weird, right? Hope it continues happening. I would love for normal people to be able to solve these blocks, as opposed to someone who's making, you know, like $10 million a year anyway. Anyway, that's the Bitcoin mining solved normal person news. I'm going to have water after this, I'm telling you. Like, I'm going to have like a ton of water. I need to get off the sugar. Anyway, yeah. Let's move on. Does this happen to anyone else? I know it's not just me. Like, I don't have a lot of sugar often, but this is a lot. This is okay. And to finish things off, Binance and Davivienda. Okay. Binance, and the largest bank in Colombia in terms of assets, has announced the start of financial operations in cryptocurrencies. The alliance between the two companies is part of a pilot plan. That's why they have pilots up here. That's really weird. Directed by the Financial Superintendente of Colombia. The Colombian regulator approved the pilot plan for crypto assets in January of last year. Though commencement of the plans did not occur until December, Binance and Da Vivienda expect to capture around 7,000 users in the initial stages, and those clients will be able to carry out cash in and cash out operations. To do this, customers may use any of the 4 cryptocurrencies authorized by the regulator. There's Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Bcash. Really interesting that they're choosing the legacy coins. I don't want to throw Bcash into the legacy coin bucket, but it's still older than most coins. Given the simplicity with which the Binance platform operates, it is expected that users will be able to carry out their operations without any setbacks. This is the kind of news that should make it into the news all the time. When you talk about that Binance is working with an entire country or the largest bank or banks within that country to allow millions of people in that land to start getting into cryptocurrencies, that, my friends, is major news. Kind of the same exact thing. I'm going to rant again. Remember a couple days ago where we had the news, what was it? Not Jamie Lee Curtis. What's this guy's name? The guy with the Elon Musk, where Elon Musk was like begging McDonald's that he would eat listen, you find it, that he would eat a Happy Meal to get Dogecoin listed on McDonald's. And it's like, why does that constantly make the world news when this should actually be it? We're seeing the actual hyper adoption of Bitcoin every single day, but it never makes the news. This was not popular news, by the way. Every single time that we get news, and it's usually Binance. Why Coinbase and the Gemini twins aren't as out there as Binance, I really don't know. Kind of driving me crazy. But the fact that Binance, I mean, between now and like 6 months ago, they've partnered with, those are heavy air quotes, like 13 different countries, like working within their borders, like actually helping them get, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Like when I talk about the actual adoption rate of Bitcoin, this is it. This is how you do it. You partner with an actual, like, imagine partnering with what the largest bank in Colombia or any other country, and they keep doing it over and over. We just had news recently that Binance, this is weeks ago, Binance partnered with not only the richest family in, I believe it was Thailand, or was it Indonesia? I don't remember. One of those countries. And also they're working with the banks and regulators there to also launch another cryptocurrency with the richest family. And it's like, how is that not making major news all the time? It's crazy. Anyway, so the news is crypto adoption continues at an accelerated rate. It is extremely, I love it. I really like it. I can't tell you any more than that. I love that we continuously see how much the cryptocurrency space is going. This is also why it doesn't make any sense why prices have been dropping, because across the board, we know that rich people are buying up tons of Bitcoin. There's less and less Bitcoin on cryptocurrency exchanges all the time. There's less Ethereum on crypto exchanges all the time. How anyone could be remotely bearish on this market, completely beyond me. I guess maybe they just don't watch this news channel. Anyway, that's the hope you're paying attention to where the future's going news. And let's move on. Yeah. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I maybe need to take a nap. I'm going to have some tea or something like that. Wow, look at all the backed up transactions for Bitcoin. That looks crazy. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having transaction fees 50 cents. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be on this weird, weird planet. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, supporting, watching me have a sugar breakdown, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See